Okay, so, progress. Anyway, still waiting on the chain coming, so this is all just hanging on just to check tolerances and everything when I put the engine in to see if it fit in the hole. It does fit in the hole just. I've told you already about that, so I'm not going to waffle on. The problem was that the exhaust, the L322 that was bought especially for it, so it cleared the steering column, didn't even get close to clearing the steering column. It wasn't even close. It goes straight through the middle of it, so that's absolutely no good whatsoever. So rather depressingly, £400 more later, we have now got the E38 740 exhaust. You can tell the header is the one with the holes in it. There's only one with the holes in it. It's the one with the holes in it. Now it's on right now, but I know to clear the chassis you've got to cut this bit here and plate it. That's an outer skin, so that's okay, I can live with that. And you've got a clearance something down here, can't remember what it is. It must be that bit there, I'm presuming. I think you've got a clearance that, again, it's just the outer skin. I do get a catalytic converter as well, but then again for 400 quid you'd bloody hope so. But then this now means, because this header fits in, the starter motor now no longer fits. So the starter motor that I paid X amount for, there it is there. I think it was off a Land Rover, that one, can't remember. Now that's now no good, so now we're going back to the original starter on this side. But of course, the L322 header, nil point. So now I'm going to have to buy the other header that comes down, and I'm guessing that's going to be about the same price. So this is getting this is getting quite costly modification, this. So yeah, so I'm gonna go looking now. The Garage E36 lads, they did it where I don't know which header it is, but it's two separate pieces that come down, and then you can merge it. I think you merge it here somewhere, and it just the same miss. Does it miss? No, they still had to cut some of the body out, but it was a part of the body that wasn't structural, so it wasn't the end of the world. But yeah, progress, once all the timing's done over the weekend hopefully, will come crashing to a halt because of this now. Man. Never stops. Also what I've done is took the centre vents out. They're now gone. Goodbye. And 3D printed some new vents with 52mm gauge holes in for wideband and whatever I'm going to put in there. Well, after what seems to be an absolute eternity, yes, finally you have arrived. And the other bits that have somehow got lost, don't ask, sole subject. So I'm going to pull all the temporary bits off, put you in, get the oil pump spaced, wash it up. I have bought the other side, which the other side of the header for this. Not too bad actually. The two pieces were £44 each because they come in two separate sections, so £88 for the other side. Yeah, so let's get this bloody thing on at long last. All that wait for that. Never mind, never mind. Okay, so we're the right way around. Everything's on tensioned up. That bloody grub screw that I'm still waiting for from Germany because I couldn't get the details of. As it turns out, it's just an M6030. So, all that money and all that waiting for a bloody metric grub screw that didn't cost me a penny because Teesside Industrial Fasteners just said, take it mate, have it. So, absolutely spot on guys. Cheers gents. It's only pennies, but like, it's nice gesture. It was just like, yep, just have it. So, yeah, highly recommend Teesside Industrial Fasteners. There we go. That's nice and tight. So, that was the other thing that was stopping the timing cover going on once we're timed up. So, on about being timed up, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first torque these up to a reasonable level so that it won't slip, and making sure my timing line's in, and then I'm going to have to take this off, put the tool on for doing the Jesus bolt to lock it in, because I can't lock it in at the back because obviously at the back there's no flywheel, there's no hole in the bottom case to lock it into. So we're screwed on that one. So yeah, I'm going to use this tool here, and then take the pulley off, set it in place so it doesn't move. Well, it should be in time anyway. Set it in place because torquing these up with just a spanner on the camshaft, I'm like, oh, I think it'll snap. So if we can lock this off too on the floor, it doesn't matter if, well, it does matter if this turn, yeah. Well, lock it off on the floor anyway. Okay, so what we got here now, let's see if we can move that to a better position. It doesn't matter what the display says, but right, we've got it on continuity. The next part now, I've nipped up the exhaust sprocket, engage brain, exhaust sprocket, so I've nipped it up. It hasn't come out of time on there, it stayed while I nipped it up, so that's good. Now I'm going to reset the Vanos, so we put the tool on like so. We want to be taking it anti-clockwise until hopefully you hear a beep. There you go, can you hear the beep? There you go. So that's now the Vanos sprocket reset. So I should now be able to tighten this up. It doesn't matter if it goes off off when you do it, but I'd prefer if it stays on while I do it. Right, so I've given it a good hard nip there. It has gone off, but it's near as damn it. Yeah, as long as it beeped when you started tightening it up, that means it's ready. It's on basically. So now I'm going to repeat it with the other side. 40 Newton meters. Reverse thread again. There we go. $40. Yep. $40. There we go, engine timed. So I should now be able to take all the blocks off and rotate the engine 720 degrees, and then they should come back and the block should go back on. I bloody hope so anyway. So let's take these off and let's try it. Fingers crossed. I'm going to take the spark plugs out as well, just to get rid of the compression, just to make it easier to turn. And then moment of truth. Very nervous moment of truth. Two. So, they should fit like that. Right. So, I should be able to tap them on basically, because I can near enough get them off. Well, if I undid that a bit, I think it would go. So let's do that. Give it a little bit of slack. Jesus Christ, how tight did you do it? There you go. Right. Yeah, we're at 27. Right, so the engine rotates clockwise. So, I hope this works. Right, no. Spark plugs out. Ah, fuck it, let's do it with the spark plugs in. Because I've torqued the spark plugs up. Right. That was one. Not hearing much compression. There are all the numbers. They're facing up. Yes! Yes, they're in time, but that I was expecting to hear more compression than that, to be honest.
Okay, the next day, and big sad. I made a boo-boo, a big boo-boo. Yeah, as far as it is, and it was going to get much more completed. Gonna have to go and strip it all back down again. Because when I was editing last night, I realised that I torqued all of these bolts up, except this one, because I hadn't put it under tension yet. So there's a bolt just there that needs to be 40 Newton meters. And I can guarantee you now it's finger tight. So it was like, yeah, it's poo. It's not great news. It means I've got to take the bottom of the sump off, the oil pump back off, the pulley back off, the alternator back off, and then the timing case back off. But I know it's not right, so it needs doing, or it could have been catastrophic. So, okay, well, I can't get the timing cover past those, so I'm hoping I've got enough space to get onto it there. There it is there, this little fella. But that's not an awful lot of room. Well, the question was, did you tighten it up to 40 Newton meters? And there's your answer, no I didn't. Bugger! This means it's going to be a bit of a twat to reseal this without getting it off, without taking the whole thing off. Which might be what I'm going to have to do now. Okay, so I tossed and turned with the idea and thought, ah, bollocks, when you're putting this much effort in, off you come. Off you come so I can get on it properly. It was to 40 Newton meters. My heave hole was about right 42, it came back as. So now I've got to clean down all this and start again. Bollocks. Never mind, clean it all down, seal it all back up and get back to where we were yesterday. Alright, so this looks a bit like deja vu, but I came in at 8 o'clock knowing that that bolt was loose. It's now 11:30. Wow. So there's 3.5 hours wasted. Absolutely gutting, really. But never mind, it needed redone. It has been done. The tripod's wonky. There we go. Right, so now I'm back to where I was. What we're going to do now, we're going to start fitting the other timing covers and the tensioner. Let's begin. Well, I got myself preoccupied and didn't realise the camera had turned itself off. So the upper timing cover on there, and then I've got the rocker cover gasket. I'll put the electrics in later. But yeah, starting to come together rather nicely. Starting to look like a V8 now. Right, and this will end today's progress. But progress we have made. Got a problem, there's a part missing off one of the coil packs, so I'll have to sort that out. Have got the square tabs, but I'm missing one. But so far, yeah, it's coming together. The, as I fall over, the baby blue's looking really nice. Sets it off. Yes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So what we'll do for today